Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is going to be taking off for Italy in less than an hour's time, heading to the G7 summit tomorrow and Friday. Climate change, AI, those are a couple of the issues on the agenda, but the conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East will also loom large. Ashley Burke is covering things for us on this G7 assignment. There she is on the tarmac, getting set to join the plane and take off too. Ashley, good to see you, and thanks for the time before you leave. Let's talk about the summit and a little bit more detail. What are the expectations for what is going to unfold at the G7 this time?
Well, Heather, the Prime Minister will be getting on the plane that you can see behind me soon. He's going to be traveling to Italy to meet with world leaders at a critical time. The wars in Ukraine and in Gaza have cast a long shadow over this G7 summit. A former advisor to the Prime Minister said that this is a moment of real uncertainty. Take a listen.
Uncertainty about the future of Ukraine, uncertainty about the fate of democracy, uncertainty about major issues like climate change. And so it's really important for these leaders to come together and demonstrate that they can do something in response to these challenges.
Experts say that these G7 leaders could show or project an image of unity by coming up with a new way and agreeing on a new way to help fund Ukraine's ongoing fight against Russia, but that they could struggle around the table to come to consensus on what's unfolding in Ukraine. Take a listen.
There's a number of divergences of views between Europeans and the Americans in particular, but even within Europe. So it will definitely be a challenge for the G7 not to be derailed in some ways by what's going to happen in Gaza and what are post-war plans.
Now, he says that could overshadow Italy's official agenda. They want to talk about development in Africa to curb migration and also artificial intelligence. For the first time, the Pope will be taking part in G7 talks. This after he says he was a victim of a deep fake photo, and he warned about what he called the perverse dangers of artificial intelligence. He wants countries to sign on to an international treaty that promises AI will be used for good, not evil. And as well, this comes at a time when artificial intelligence is changing the ways wars are fought in real time, including on the battlefield in Ukraine and in Gaza. And there are calls for experts that the red lines need to be drawn and that there needs to be some sort of an oversight body to regulate and sanction.
So that is what is on the official agenda. I'm also interested, Ashley, in what is the Prime Minister's priority? What is Canada's priority at this G7?
Well, a government official, Heather, said that Canada is pushing for this U.S. proposal to help use billions of dollars in frozen Russian assets to help Ukraine. This comes at a time where experts say it's gotten grim on the battlefield for Ukraine. Russia's made a push, and take a listen to what exactly Ukraine needs right now.
They need armored vehicles, they need tanks, they need air-to-ground munitions, they need more drones, they need anti-armor missiles, they need construction engineering equipment to build defensive fortifications, they need logistics, and they need munitions. They literally need more of everything.
So you heard there, they need more of everything. There's about 200 billion euros worth of frozen assets that are sitting mostly in Europe. The U.S., with Canada's support, wants to take the interest, billions of dollars a year that's being generated on that, and they want to use that to get a loan for Ukraine to help with this ongoing fight against Russia. As well, a government official said that foreign interference is going to be a priority that the Prime Minister plans to bring up. This after a bombshell report recently alleged that there could be some parliamentarians that have helped foreign governments potentially meddle in Canadian politics, including India and China. Heather?
Ashley, thank you very much. Ashley Burke, who's going to be traveling to Italy to cover the Prime Minister as he attends the G7 summit.